Hi, I'm Catherine, Arcadia Physiotherapy. I'm going to show you how to do a side plank. So get yourself on a nice supportive surface. It's actually easier to do it with shoes so you can support your feet against each other rather than just sort of bone on bone. You can also do it against a wall for sort of a reference point, because often people tend to sort of bend forward and stick their bottom out a bit rather than keeping themselves nice and in line, so having a wall as a reference point is a good way to start. So getting yourself on line on your side, and with your elbow just a little bit ahead of your shoulder to start with, hand in a fist or flat on the ground. Okay, get your knees a little bit bent, and then your feet and your hips, your heels and your hips in line and up with your shoulders. And what you do when you then push up, your legs will straighten, your shoulder becomes above your elbow, and then you're in a nice straight line. So as I said, people tend to sort of bend forward at the hips, so try and keep yourself upright, literally as if you're standing on your side. And sometimes if you put your hand up here, it's easier to keep everything in line this way. Okay, so in this position we're doing it statically, so isometrically, and I can feel it working down the side. If I start feeling it working in my back, that's not really where I want to work it. So if I just tip my top hip forward, then I can start to feel it come around the side and work on my obliques a little bit here. Okay, so that's the static one. You hold it as long as you want, as long as you're keeping breathing and you're keeping good form. Okay, coming down again nice and slowly rather than collapsing. I'll show you the other side, just give myself a break. Okay, and then this one, we'll do a bit more of an active one. Okay, so standing like this, or benching part, planking like this. And you can move things around to get yourself in line so you feel comfortable but sturdy. And then again, arm out here, nice and straight. And so if I want to do something more active, then I can slowly let my hips drop, so I'm slightly bent in the middle, and then keeping sort of my hand as a reference point, come up and tap my hand with my hip. So I'm using my lower side, contracting it, and coming up to my hip. So it's a kind of a side bend exercise, but using my own body weight, so it's quite challenging. And minimal movement elsewhere. I'm not kind of twisting my head or bending my knees or anything like that. Just trying to keep it nice and steady. And then you can go back to static if you want. And then when you've had enough, come slowly down. Okay, and there's your side plank.